As thousands took to the streets of Toronto to protest the police-involved killing of black people in the United States, as well as on this side of the border. But that momentous push to end anti-black racism was years in the making, starting with a small group of activists and moving into this massive movement and organization we know today called Black Lives Matter Toronto. 7 years of planning and protest, leading to this significant moment last year.
Black Lives Matter has really came from a seed, a small seed, to expand to what it is today.
We want justice. We want now.
A seed that was planted in 2014 when Michael Brown, an unarmed black man, was shot and killed by a white police officer in Ferguson, Missouri. A month later in Brampton, 33-year-old Jermaine Carby was shot and killed by a Peel police officer.
It became very clear to us that there was a crisis that needed to be addressed in this country. And it wasn't just with police violence. It was with the over-criminalization. It was with an entire criminal justice system that actually was anti-black. It was with anti-black racism in general.
What followed would lead to several historic moments in Toronto, including this.
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
A Black Lives Matter protest shutting down Allen Road in 2015. And in 2016, BLM brought the annual Pride Parade to a standstill, calling out Pride organizers.
We're called disruptors. We're called troublemakers. There are so many different ways that we were targeted as activists. And so one of the major things we wanted to do was take what was a fringe idea and actually make it so insatiable that it goes across the country, and you cannot deny that this was important.
Professor at the University of Toronto, Beverly Bain, says the history of black activism in Toronto goes back decades. But what they have in common is most were sparked by violent attacks on the black community, and many were led by black women.
Whenever we think of black lives in this country, we think of black lives as elsewhere, not here, somewhere else. We think of it as recent, in terms of immigration and migrant histories. We don't think of it as having a presence in this country going back decades.
We're moving from a place, like I said, of just talking about and fighting, but setting out a vision for where we need to go.
That vision includes a nationwide policy platform for Black Lives Matter chapters across the country, which will look at ways to better serve the needs of Black Canadians in all sectors, from the arts to healthcare and business. BLM Toronto will also continue to enhance their work with the Wild Seed Centre for the Arts and Activism, an artist-run community and safe space to share ideas. On top of the initiatives mentioned, Black Lives Matter Toronto says they're looking to strengthen their relationship with Indigenous communities, recognizing that Black Lives Matter on Indigenous land. Now, activists also say that they recognize that their histories are unique, but their experiences are deeply connected in this country. For more on this story, you can head to our website, citynews.ca. For City News, I'm Melissa Nakhavoly.
And it's Richard Southern here. Apple and Hyundai are reportedly teaming up to